Hey there guys, how you doing? It's Drew here, and today's going to be a weird one because it's the first time, and I know I'm going to be saying this more in the future there, months, years, who knows, down the road. I'll be saying like what I'm going to be saying in this video. I didn't make anything today with Traiex. There's going to be times when I say I had a loss today, right? Not everything's going to be like for the past 27 days here, every single day I've said, hey, I've made something. Hey, I've made profit. Hey, I've made something, right? Yesterday, 0.22%. If you watch that video, you can see why. It's because they turned off the trading bot. I'll show you here. So this is about 14 hours of trading there, or 13 or 12. And then all this time here, normally it would look like this all the way 24 hours a day, right? Just boom, 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 constantly trading type thing, because that's basically why you trade on a bot, is because it doesn't stop. It just keeps on going. The trades are like, you're making, if you have 5,000 in your account, you're making on high risk, you're making like $1 or $2 per trade type thing. The trades that lose, you're losing $1 or $2 type thing like that. But yeah, they needed to make some changes here, so they turned things off, and they did a post today, or not a post, he did a webinar actually, a live webinar there, and I was there, I was watching it. And he basically said that's their top priority, is to get things back on here, but they still need to like make some changes and move some things around, stuff like that. But what I will talk about today is I'll talk about realistic ways for you to get money. Okay, because I think that's a really, really good topic, because I know a lot of people that are watching these videos. There's not a ton of you, maybe 30 people or so. Well, more than that. This one had 64 views yesterday. This one had 50 views, 44 views. 61 views. Yeah, so there's about 50 or 60 people watching these videos. But thanks, that's really, really cool. I know for me personally, like that's always the biggest question is, I want to do this, but I don't want to go out and use the money that I made. Like, I don't know, say for instance, I worked at a day job or something. I wouldn't be thinking, I want to use the money that I'm making from my day job, that like that's the money I use to pay my mortgage and to like, if we go out for dinner, that's the money I'm using, or buy groceries and all that kind of stuff. I would be thinking I want to use money that is not, it's basically not out of my pocket. I don't have to go out there and like just make it kind of thing, right? Which that's pretty awesome if you think about it, is that there are ways out there where you can make money without, going and working some extra hours at work or, whatever type thing. Because here's the thing, guys. When it comes to any kind of making money make money, basically, you never, ever, ever want to use funds like from credit card. You don't want to use borrowed funds. Like you don't want to go to like, say, for instance, a friend or a parent or something like that and say, hey, look at what I'm doing here. I have a great plan. Can you lend me $10,000 or hey, let's do this together. Can I borrow 10,000 and over time I'll pay you back? You never want to do stuff like that, guys. I don't care if it's like you're doing traditional investing, if you're doing online investing, if you're doing like this bot's going to trade for you and make some profit and stuff like that. Never, ever, ever borrow money to try and make money. It's probably the worst decision you can make. And here's the reason why, is because what if it doesn't work out for you? Then you're going to be stuck with like, oh shit, I owe this money to this credit card company that's charging me 25% per month if I don't pay them off, right? Or, oh, I asked my mom or my dad and they lent me $10,000 and said, hey, pay me back over the year. And then whenever you go see your parents, it's kind of like an awkward situation, or like a friend, an awkward situation, right? So this is what I do. And this is what I actually started teaching my son years ago, was if you don't use it, sell it, right? So this is what I told him. This is what I tell him every single time he comes to me, and he's 9 years old, right? Hayden, he'll come to me and he'll be like, Dad, there's this new game out. It's so awesome. Fortnite, blah, 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 version, blah, blah, blah. I need it. It's amazing. Dad, can I get it? Kind of thing. And what I always say to him, I never say, oh yeah, sure, you can have that. Or I never say, oh, wait till Christmas or whatever type thing. Or, oh, go mow the lawn and take out the garbage for a month and feed the dogs and, do this, do that. I never say that. What I do is I say is go into your bedroom and look around your room and pick 5 things that you don't use. Like that you're like, I don't need that in my life. As an adult, you can do the same thing. You can go into any room in your house, you can go into your garage, you can do anything, like any room, go into it and just look around and think like, what do I not use? What do I not need? Okay. For instance, this is my office I'm in right now. Looking around here on my desk, I can see I have, because I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to my office stuff. Everything else, I'm like, new ski stuff every year, sell my skis. I don't keep anything old. Everything's got to be new every year. There's a computer, MacBook Air, right? That's a 2015 or something. There's always stuff like you'd be surprised, guys, how much stuff you can sell. It's super, super easy. Just go on Marketplace, list it and stuff, right? So that's what I do with my son. Every time he wants something new game, whatever, I say pick 5 things you don't use anymore. And then, we'll look online, see how much those things are worth, what are other people selling them for. We sell it for a little bit less. And then normally within that, with him, with his games and stuff, normally within a week it sells. But I think that sharing little strategies of how you can get started, how you can get going, and just, putting out good messages like don't use money you don't have, meaning borrowed money. Don't use credit cards, right? Use money you don't need the end of the month. That's the best line that I can say to you there, right? So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.